Hello, we're going to model the Panton S chair in Fusion 360 using the Sculpt tools. Here you can see the completed Panton S chair. That is our goal for today. You can see it's a glossy finish here to show off that the curves are continuous and it's a nice clean form. Going to get started here with a new design. Good time to go ahead and save it right off the bat. Save it. Got that saved. Now in the project folder you'll notice I've got the elevation views of the chair as well as a drawing of the chair. A good way to get started is to set up to some work planes here in Fusion 360. I'm going to turn on my origin plane. These are the base planes that we start off every time in Fusion 360. I'm going to add some offset planes. So under Construct, Offset Plane, I can select a plane and offset at a certain dimension. To know the dimension I want to offset this, I can half the width of the chair. So 509, I can get my calculator if I want. 509 divided by 2, 254 and a half. Select this plane, pull it over, 254.5, enter. Can zoom out a little bit, and there's this offset plane. It's under the construction area in my browser, and I can even name these. Go ahead and do another offset plane. Click this guy. It's going the opposite direction, so it's minus 254.5. Enter to lock it in. I can name this the right side. Okay, now for front and back, I need to know those dimensions. So that was side to side. Now front to back is 589. Get my calculator out again. 589 divided by 2 is 294 and a half. My offset plane is starting from the last plane. I don't want that. I'll clear that out. Now click on the plane going the opposite direction. 294 and a half. Lock that in. I can double click and call this the front side. And I'm right clicking to repeat rename. I actually want to repeat construct, so let's go ahead and go to construct, offset plane, clear up any previous selection, select this plane, drag it backwards, negative 294 and a half, enter. I can call this back side. So we have left, right, front, and back. That's going to give me a sense of the scale of the chair. Now the next step, I have all these elevations, left side, right side, bottom, top elevation views. You'll want to save those to your hard drive so they're accessible to bring into the model. Right now they're out on the cloud. Once they're saved to my hard drive, I can go to Insert, and they're called an attached canvas. Insert attached canvas. So I pick a face. The first one I'm going to simply click on the ground plane. Click that face and select an image. I'm going to start with the bottom view. So from the ground looking up. There it is. It's going to come in quite small, so I can quickly scale that by eye to get it closer to the size it wants to be. Then I can rotate it 90 degrees to put it in the place I'd like it, 90 degrees. And I'll look at the top view to get this a little bit closer. Now notice I can move this down and up. I need to scale it a bit smaller to get this where it needs to be. One little trick here, I notice I'm moving in increments. Under my grids and snaps, it's set to incremental move. If I uncheck that, the move will be a lot smoother. Alright, so that's pretty close. I've got the back, got the sides. I can go ahead and say OK. Back to my home view. Now I've got the bottom of that set. Now to get the next pieces, I need to know the height of the chair. I'm just going to come back here, and the height is 831. I'm just going to come back and do construct, offset plane, click on the ground plane, drag it up, 831, and enter to lock that in. Now I've got the top of the chair. I'm going to go ahead and add in the left side. So under Insert, Attach Canvas, I'm going to select a face. I'm going to click the left side here, left side, select the image, and the left side image, so open that left side. The names left and right are in reference to looking at the chair from the front. So I'll continue to scale this up. I'm going to use the planes as a reference here. Get that close. Close does count here. And drag that up. Say OK. Now repeat that for the remaining sides. I'm going to go ahead and go Insert, Attach Canvas. I'm going to pick the right side now. Pick the right image. Right side. Open that up. Scale it up. Change my view to look straight on. Now this one did not come in exactly how I'd like it, but it's really easy to click these buttons and flip the direction, the orientation. Alright, close does count. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. So I've got the bottom, left side, right side. Now I'm going to insert another canvas. Get the back and the front. I'll probably call that good. Select the face. Here. Select the image. And do the back side. It's called rear. Open that up, scale it up, there, and I can move it into place. A little bit further. Sometimes zooming in helps with the scaling for the fine adjustments. And I'll call that one OK. And we'll add in the front. Select the front face. Select the front image. Pant on front. And scale it up, and we'll be good to go. Scale it up, drop it into place, and say OK. Now if you'd like to, you can add in the top image. We're going to skip that for now, but we're set with our work planes, and now we'll notice our canvases are also here. We can turn these on and off, front, left, bottom, right. The last thing I want to do is come back, and I can edit these. One good thing to turn on is display through. That lets the model shine through the model and maybe shine through the canvas. Maybe change the opacity, something like 50 or 60%. Go ahead, change all these. You can change them while you add them in as well. Last one here. Okay. You might also notice there's a calibrate button. This lets you click on 2 points on the image and specify the dimension. That can lock it in really quick. So if you have a tough time scaling those by eye, the calibrate, click, add a dimension, and you can calibrate these images. And that's it. We're ready to start modeling.